Hey, what's going on, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Fire right here on Young Hustlers on the Cardone Zone. Every week at noon East Coast Standard Time, we come to the same place at the same time to help you get where you want to go faster. That's what the show's all about. Young Hustlers is about that money. It's about getting where you want to go faster. And fortunately for me, for the last 9 years, I've been able to work hand in hand with Grant Cardone so that I've been able to learn from him, watch how he operates, see how he thinks about money, see how he interacts with people, see how he chases opportunity. It truly has been an amazing opportunity for me to learn and watch and see how all of this stuff comes together. It's gotten me in a position where I feel like I'm way further ahead than I ever thought I'd be. And so our hope with this show and really everything that we do is that you're able to take and pick up things from it. You know, we don't do this show every week here. Grant doesn't create the content that he does. We don't do that just to do that. We do that because we hope that you're able to take this content and then apply it in your life and do something remarkable. Or maybe not remarkable. Maybe remarkable isn't your target. Maybe just better is your target. And so when you start thinking about ways that you can do things better, you have to have a plan, right? And so, you know, for 5 years or 6 years, man, maybe even 7 years since I've been doing this show, a lot of what I boil my success down to is I've had plans in place to get the things that I want. Most people don't take the time to do this. They don't take time to invest in themselves. They don't take time to go to events, and then they don't take time to actually plan out how to get what they want. So you've been hearing us talk a lot about the 10X Growth Conference. It's the largest, most talked about event in the industry of its kind. And there's so many people that come from all around the world and are impacted by this event. Business owners from the United States, stay-at-home moms that have an idea and they don't know how to make it, you know, like market ready. Maybe you work for a company somewhere and you want to figure out how to accelerate your growth. You want to figure out how to make more money. You want to figure out how to get that promotion you've been looking for. You know, how do you maximize life? And GrowthCon is really an event that we put together to do just that. We focus on the three main pillars of what we feel a successful person, not a business owner, a person must have. Number one, you have to understand how to do something massive. You have to learn how to build something massive, whether you're an employee working for somebody else or you own your own business. You know, I've been able to build a 7-figure income as an employee working for somebody else. And I could do, it would take me 5 shows to go through just the beginning pieces of what to look for when you're trying to find an opportunity that can grow into something like that for you. So it's really important to think with like, okay, hey, where am I at now and where do I want to go? And so like, whether you're a business owner and you want to go from 1 employee to 100, whether you're an employee and you want to go from 50 grand a year to 500 grand a year, like you've got to have a target. You've got to know where you want to go, and that requires that you sit and think and you have a plan. So a lot of people are reaching out about 10X Growth Conference. We're selling tons of tickets. It's going to sell out in probably 60 to 70 days. And it's so exciting because it's such an amazing opportunity to come together and connect with people and learn and get you closer to the things that you're looking to accomplish. And so what I want to do is I want to cover in today's show a plan, because plans are important. They help lay the path and the track and the framework for how to get what you want. I want to put together a plan for you so that when you come to the 10X Growth Conference in February, you maximize the event. Now, I've been to these events before. I know how overwhelming it can be if you go in without an intention, if you go out without a purpose, if you go there without a plan. And so, man, I got to tell you, there's probably not a place on earth outside of Growth Conference that you will have the opportunity to connect, to engage in commerce, to learn. Like, there will not be another opportunity like that for you until next year when we do the 10X Growth Conference. So I'm going to give you 3 simple things that you need to start thinking with today in order to maximize your event in February. This is highly important. And if you're interested in coming to the Growth Conference, forget about the money, forget about the time, forget about the schedule. If the Growth Conference is something that you would be interested in attending If you knew it was going to make you money, if you knew it was going to make you connections, and if you knew you were going to learn things that would stay with you for the rest of your life, if you can say yes to all three of those questions, I want you to type in yes in the comments, because I got Nathan here. He's going to be watching the comments, and he's going to be giving me some feedback. If you think you could come to 10X Growth Conference and have a life-changing experience, if you think that you could benefit from coming, just put yes in the comments below, because I want to see how many people are feeling this right now. Because 3 days talking about building something big and massive, about marketing and branding and attention, and about how to create your ideal life. 3 days on those main pillars of success is something that you have to be a part of. But I understand that life may get in the way, family may get in the way, work may get in the way, money may get in the way. But I just want to know, if you could come to this event and you didn't have to worry about life or money or time or anything like that, how many of you would join the event? Just hit yes in the comments so I can feel some love. You want to shout some names out?
Got a lot of yeses.
Let's hear.
Aaron Ranger.
Aaron B.
Christian Rojas.
Christian Rojas.
Sarah R.
Sarah R.
Donovan Wirt.
Donovan Wirt.
Taylor Morris.
Taylor Morris.
Daniel M.
Daniel M. I hope all you all are at the 10X Growth Conference, because I'd love to meet you. We're getting bombed on with yeses right now, but that should tell you something. That should show you the value in coming to an event like this. Because it's not just about the money that you're exchanging, it's about all the things that you have the opportunity to get when you come, but you will miss the opportunity, you will squander it if you don't come with the plan, and that's what I'm gonna give you today. So 3 things that you must know to maximize your trip to the 10X Growth Conference. You ready? Here we go. Number one question you have to ask yourself is, who do you wanna meet? Who could you meet at a conference like this that would change your game? Who could you meet as a mentor? Who could you meet as an employer? Who could you meet as an employee? Who could you meet as a spiritual confidant? Who could you meet as a personal trainer or a diet coach or a brain power like coach or something? I mean, like, who could you meet? Who would you need to meet? Who do you need in your life right now? So what I want you to do, I'm going to help you build the plan right now. Number one thing I need you to do is I need you to write down 5 people right now, and I hope you have a pen and paper in front of you, and if you don't, you're driving, get your ass over on the side of the road. I promise you, the show will be 12 more minutes, and at the end of 12 minutes, you will know exactly how to maximize not just Growth Conference, but every event that you go to. 5 people that you need to meet. Business owners, employees, friends. Maybe you're just looking to connect with like-minded people who want to do something big. Our first 10X Growth Conference 4 years ago, right here in Miami, had 2,200 people. Since then, we did 8,800, 34,000. This year will be about 14,000. There are still people that met at the first 10X Growth Conference that are still connected. Because let's face it, wherever you live, maybe you live in like Cleveland, Ohio, or maybe you live in Boise, Idaho, or Albuquerque, New Mexico, and you're like, man, this whole 10X thing sounds great, but there is nobody that's 10X in my area. That's why you come to an event like this, because you're trying to get connected with people that are on the same mindset, that are on the same page with you. That when you say, I want to make $1 million a month, they don't go, dude, that's stupid. Why would anybody need that much money? You got people that are excited and inspired and motivated by the fact that you're thinking so big, and they want to support you in getting it done. And they want to have people around them that are thinking big too. So number one, 5 people, write this down, like right this second, write this down. 5 people that you need to meet at this growth conference. 5 people. I need somebody that can help me keep me accountable for my physical condition. I need somebody who can teach me about marketing. I need to get a mentor. I need somebody who can teach me how to hire people. I need somebody who can help support me because I have a challenging relationship with my spouse, and you want to find somebody in that same situation. Maybe you have kids and you want to connect with another parent who's like on this massive entrepreneurial journey. They want to do something big and massive and be super successful, but they have kids and they don't want to sacrifice as a parent. Like, get specific with what you want. Because if you don't know who you want to meet, you will not find them. You have to know what you're looking for. So, like, who could you meet that would change your game or benefit you, help your situation right now? Maybe you need to meet somebody who you can help. Maybe you are looking to mentor somebody. Like, everybody can be mentored on something. Like, every single experience that you've had in your life is unique to you. You know, for me, maybe I want to go and get connected with somebody who works for a company. They're in a leadership position, and they're in a stage where I was producing a lot, and I had this tremendous opportunity in front of me, but I just needed some help navigating it and getting on the right track so that I could support the org and the leader where they needed it so that I could ultimately become the president. Maybe I want to get connected with somebody like that. So number one thing is you got to come up with 5 people who you have to meet, and you have to seek these people out. Find ways to engage with people. Like, for me, networking, I hate it. I hate going up and talking to people about nothing. I think it's just not my thing. Having conversation just to have conversation is not my thing. Like, I want to talk about something because there's a reason to talk about it. So for me, if I know exactly who I'm looking for, it makes it a lot easier because I know exactly what I'm looking for. I don't have this awkward, weird, like, hey, what's going on? Where are you from? I'm going into that conversation. I know exactly what I'm looking for. Do you check this box? This sounds self-serving, but I promise you, everybody coming to our event is doing the same thing. They want to try to get something from the event. Okay? So number one thing, 5 people who you need to meet.
People are saying you, Uncle G, Elena.
Oh man, yeah, you, Uncle G, Elena, I love all that. Who else? Shout some names out too. Love in the comments right now, guys. Love in the comments. Anthony F. This guy, Hernandez, Sarah Route 66, Daniel Matisse.
Sarah wants to meet Uncle G.
Sarah wants to meet Uncle G. That's awesome. Put that down. If you don't come with the intention of meeting Grant or finding a way to create the opportunity to meet Grant, you will not. You will sit in your seat for all 3 days and you will be entertained by the greatest show on the face of the earth. So number 1, who do you want to meet? Number 2, what are you looking to sell? Dude, for you to come to an event with 14,000 people and every single person has spent money to leave their home, hotel room, flights, maybe even a family or a dog or a cat. Where's Sherry at? Look at those cats. So maybe like you're in a spot where all these people are taking time out of their life to show up to an event. Why? Why does somebody come to the growth conference? Think about that. Think about why people come to an event like this. It's because they want to do something bigger. They want to make more money. They want to improve their life. They want to feel better. They want to be more motivated. Like, they're paying money for improvement. If you have a product that improves somebody's life, it improves their attitude, it improves their business, it improves their relationships, kind of a target market for you, I would say. Like, this is the place you want to be. Because people are coming, they're qualified. They're saying, hey, I'm interested in improvement. It's an open door. One of the most amazing things for me to do was when I was walking around the growth conference last year, around the stadium, was seeing all these people who didn't know each other talking to each other. Because everybody's open to the conversations because they're all looking to improve something. And so they're all they're all looking for how can I get the improvement that I need, which means everybody's open for conversation. Everybody's open for business. I have never seen an event before, and I've been to lots over the last 15 years. Like, I have never been to an event before where so many people get connected and they're talking. So if those connections are hard for you to make like they are for me, like just going up and talking to random people, like, it's so encouraging. Because I've been to events before. I don't know, maybe you've been to this event before, maybe you've been this person at the event, but you go and you see like people kind of just sitting by themselves, just kind of like looking around at the room, and then there's little pockets of people that are talking together. I've been both. I've been the person in the room, I've been the person talking, I've seen the people in the room. Like, I've been on both sides of the deal. Never before have I seen an event where so many people get together and they're talking and they're open and they want to learn about people and where are you from and what do you do? How can we do something together? So you got to figure out what you want to sell. And maybe you want to sell your company. Maybe you want to sell somebody on an idea to raise money. Maybe you want to sell yourself as an employee to somebody, or maybe you want to sell your product or service. But the best place for you to sell anything is where people are looking for ways to do better or improve what they're doing. Target market, like literally qualified attendees. And this isn't a free event either, right? So number one, who do you want to meet? 5 people. 5 people that you want to meet. And they don't have to be names of people. Like, just think about like what kind of people you need to meet. You know, maybe you need somebody who's going to keep you accountable because you party all the time, or you smoke weed all the time, or whatever. Maybe you want somebody to keep you accountable to keep you off the shit. Okay? So number one, who do you want to meet? Number 2, what are you looking to sell? Everybody's selling something and everybody's buying something. You just need to clarify what it is that you're selling. And even if you work for a company and you're trying to sell your product, there could be other things that you're trying to sell. You could be selling yourself to somebody else that could potentially be an employer for a future opportunity. That's why network is so important. You never know how the relationships that you create with people and the people you connect with, you never know how that's going to pay off in the future. You know, I met a guy 7 or 8 years ago, you know, just in passing through some work. And next thing you know, we turn around and I'm an investor. We're investors together in a company. And he's one of my dear friends. I would have never known back then, but I was open. And I was open to like always being, for me, I was like always being on. I'm always me. I'm always connecting with people. Like I always look for some bigger opportunity for us to both serve each other. So number 2, what are you going to sell? Number 3, third and last. What are you going to learn? What do you need to learn? Right now, you should be able to sit down and come up with a list that takes up 3 or 4 pages of things that you need to learn. Because you don't know it all. Like, and there's no possible way you know everything today to get you where you want to go. Otherwise, you'd be there. So number one thing, you need to figure out what it is that you actually want. I'd highly encourage everybody to do this. Like, you know, if there was one shortcut in life, if there was one silver bullet, if there was one magic trick to getting what you wanted, number one thing, top thing, only thing, is you got to know what you want. Like, you have to be able to sit down and actually figure out what it is you want. And dude, that is hard. That is so hard. Because what you do, and I know because this is exactly how I operate, it drives Grant crazy. Whenever I think about something, I think immediately about how to do it. I get lost in the mechanics. And it's devastating for goals. Because oftentimes your goals are so far away from you that you can't possibly figure out what to do today to get that goal. And then you get overwhelmed, and then you start getting reasonable, and then you start lowering your targets, and the next thing you know, you're like, that whole goal thing, it's not exciting, it doesn't work for anybody anyways. Man, I don't know if you guys can hear that printer in the background, but somebody probably just printed like 80 documents right now, and we're trying to do a show. Who printed those? Come on, guys, we're doing a show. So, dude, what do you want to learn? Like for me, I want to make $1 million a month, passive. Big goal, right? $1 million a month passive. So what do I need to learn to do that? I need to learn how to get my income way up. I need to learn how to get connected with people who know how to do this or who have done this or who make money like this. I need to learn about how to invest. I need to learn about the mindset that will be required to get me to do the things that I don't know how to do already so that I can get the thing that I want. I need to know that more money, more problems. I don't know if I agree about the more problem stuff, but definitely more activity. More money, more activity. And I'm just talking about activity in your life. The more money you start making, you start getting a nanny, you start having pool people, you start having cars, you just start accumulating things. Next thing you know, you're like, dude, there's a lot of things going on in my head just to manage my life. Forget about growing the business. And then at the same time, you got to be a good husband. And then you got to be a good father, a good dad, good mom, good wife, whatever you want to be, right? Like there's a lot of things that start happening. So you have to figure out the gap between what it is that you want and where you're at now and how you learn how to fill in the gaps in the middle. So what are you going to learn? We got 3 days that are focused on 3 core pillars: building and growing a business, yourself, your income, your success. Number 2, marketing, branding, getting attention. And then number 3, creating the ideal life. Those 3 things, think in terms of those 3 categories. So let me just write this over here. Number 2, build. And when we talk about building, we're talking about people that have people that have done billions of dollars. So when you talk about day 1, like, hey, what kind of speakers am I going to hear on day 1? You're going to be talking about people who have generated billions of dollars in sales. Okay? Day 2, we're doing marketing, branding, attention, social. Like how do you maximize these things? And then number 3, how to build your ideal life. So what do you need to learn in those 3 areas? What do you need to learn about building? How to hire people, how to scale your business, how to scale yourself, how to scale your idea. Yeah, comment below. Comment below which of these you need to spend the most time in. Building, marketing, or life. Comment, put those in the comments right now. Building, marketing, or life. Which one do you feel like you need the most help in to get you to that target of where you want to be? Let's call this ideal life. This is the most exciting thing for me to think about, is my ideal life. A lot of people get hung up in the idea, though, and they don't actually work a plan out to get what they want. And that's why the event's so important, because at this event, I guarantee you, at this event, people will be there that can change your life. You know, you can meet 99 people who can do nothing to help you, nothing to serve you. There's nothing you can do to reciprocate or help them. You will meet them and nothing will ever come out of it. But then there could be that one person. That one person that you can meet where you tell them about your idea for an app and then they go, hey, you know what? I actually know somebody who invests in exactly what you're talking about right now. Let me hook you up. That happens all the time, folks. Like, people get connected with people all the time that are the missing link to getting them exactly what they want in life. You know where you don't meet that person? Sitting at home on your couch. You got to get out and you got to experience things. And that's why we put the Growth Conference together, because we know that these 3 things, building and growing something, marketing and branding, and life, we know that those 3 things are critical to your success. And within our company, within our organization, we look at Grant's life. We're like, Grant, what worked for you? Number one, actually, he decided on what he wanted his life to be like, right? That was first. He decided the ideal life. Then he started figuring out, how do I build that life? He started getting things put together, got a great product line set up that worked, that the marketplace accepted. They were willing to exchange money for it. Then he had to start building the company out, hiring people and scaling the idea. And then once he did that, he had to start figuring out how to market and brand himself. So we went from single vertical sales training company to global, multi-business unit, investment fund, venture fund, advertising agency, consultancy firm, global licensed partnering certification programs. Like how do you put all of that together? Grant is the example. Like, he's the example of what we're all trying to figure out how to do. Take what we have right now and make it bigger. Make it more impactful. Make it more profitable. So, I would encourage you guys, number one, if you ever go to an event, make sure that the people that are putting the event on are the best possible example of what you want to get done. You know, maybe you want to go to a conference because making money and growing a business isn't your thing, and you want to get like zenned out, and you want to, you're trying to figure out how to balance the cosmos and shit. Maybe that's your thing. Go to a yoga conference or something like that. Dude, I like yoga. I used to do yoga twice a week, but some of that other stuff, it's not my thing. So you ain't gonna get any of that there at our event. I'll just be very, very forward with you there. What you will get, is how do I build something that can last, that can create legacy? How do I market and brand my ideas so I can create omnipresence? And how do I build an ideal life and keep it all together? Because if your life is out of balance, if you're 10x as a business person, but you're 2x as a father, you fail the equation. Something will break. 10x is not about more or less. 10x is about having it all in every area of your life. And that is possible. And that's why we put the 10x Growth Conference on. And that's why you need to figure out these 3 things right here before you come so that you can maximize the event, because that's the reason for you to come. Number 1, who do I need to meet? You better have a list of 5. Number 2, what do I want to sell? You got to be selling something. You need to come up with at least 3 or 4 or 5 things that you're selling at the event, including yourself. And then number 3, what do you want to learn? Build, market, life. What are people saying? Let's get some comments here.
Corey,
Here, can you turn it? Can you turn it over here? Turn it over here a little bit. Okay, so let's see here. We got interest to indulge. This time I want to establish a business to serve the military, government, the medical industry, or consumer staple retailers with their supplies. Dude, that's very targeted. I love that. Who is that from? Interest to indulge. Corey Dunnigan says growing done right home improvements. That's his business. M. Stokes, building and marketing the brand. Arun Jordathan, build and market. Gila ASMR. We're not taking phone calls today, unfortunately. We're not in the studio, as you can tell. Let's see. Kevin Kano, building for right now. Love that. Hamadi, marketing.
Recovery Life says all 3.
Recovery Life, all 3. Love that. You got to get clear on what you want. Knowing what you want will allow you to put intention on it and start moving towards it and driving towards it. So, if you haven't gotten your ticket yet for the 10X Growth Conference, I want to do something very special just for the people that are on this show. There's going to be some replays and some rewatches. Probably within the next 24 hours, we're going to end this. Okay, but I want to make a very special offer to you right now. The 10X Growth Conference is our main event. We do that once per year. It's a massive event. We've already spent almost $1 million on talent for the event. When you see the rest of the names, I promise you, you will know that this is a 10X event because ain't nobody else spends money like we do. Best audio visual, best experience, best talent, best content, best opportunity to network and connect because we have a qualified audience. This event is going to be a game changer. So I want to do something special. 10X Growth Conference, main event. We also do 3 business boot camps throughout the year. Now, rather than 3 days of really celebrity business owners, entrepreneurs, marketing experts, instead of that in Las Vegas, what we do is we do a smaller event. The tickets are between $3,000 and $10,000 for this event. It's called our 10X Boot Camp, and that's a 3-day event right here in Miami. For the people that see this within the next 24 hours, if you text 212 515 3772, 212 515 3772, if you text that number, then you will get 2 events for the price of 1. So you get your ticket to the 10X Growth Conference. Natalie will give you all the details on it. You get your 10X Growth ticket, we'll get you a ticket to the 10X Boot Camp. 212-515-3772. Text Natalie, she'll help you out. I'd love to see you at both of these events. Our next boot camp is actually in just a couple weeks. So you get the opportunity to get all warmed up here in Miami and then go blow the freaking roof off in Las Vegas. Thank you so much for joining me today. Get your plan together about what you want to accomplish at the 10X Growth Conference because you will have a better shot at getting what you want. You will have a better experience and you will move closer towards your goals. Thank you for being here. And remember, the only people who condemn the hustle are the ones who've already given up on the hustle themselves. We'll see you next week.